Happy holy days. Grand day, breath family. We're gonna tap into the Scalar giveaway. And before I even read the testimonials that people left on the giveaway, thank you all for participating. By the way, thank you all for sharing my content if you have this far. Thank you for just having me part of your breath journey. So the past year, this whole year, I've seen a lot of breath contradictions. And what do I mean by that? So in terms of, quote unquote, the spiritual community, right? You know, I see a lot of, oh, I didn't do breath work to get to this point, or I don't need breath work to do this, so I didn't need breath work to do that. And it's so funny. I'm like, weren't you breathing this whole entire time to get to that point? Did you know even just listening to someone breathe affects you in a certain way? It's called mirror neurons. Just that alone has effect on your journey. You know, especially if you're always around mouth breathers, etc. You build up anxiety that way. There's a lot of studies on that regardless. So it's funny when I see even fasting groups or herbalists, and they're like, oh, breath work, they push it out the window, they don't care, right? But at the end of the day, when you're fasting, when you're ingesting more hydrating products, whatever the case may be, what is it doing to your blood? It's affecting your blood, and it's also affecting your breathing. You're breathing a lot easier. You can't run away from it no matter what. And it's funny, when they're putting out that information, I'm like, what are you using in this exact moment in time to put out that information? Everyone is doing a type of breath work, whether they realize it or not. Did you know breathing around certain colors affect you psychologically? Mental breath work. It doesn't just like I proved in Pathways when they did brain studies on me. I was breathing normally, but I was changing the colors and my relationship with colors as I was breathing back and forth. And all their heads were scratching. They were like, we didn't see you breathe in any type of different way. It was the same pattern, but you call it color breathing. What's up with that? Why is it giving us this reading? Why is it giving us that reading? Why is it giving us this reading? Right? And I could change the gamma readings by will alone, utilizing my connection with breath. No matter how you look at it, if you're gonna demonize or put breath to the side, you're breathing right now. See, and this is why I promote lifestyle versus just technique, and that's what Alchemy Breathwork is about. It's about building a relationship with your breath at a deeper and fun level. That way, when you go on different types of fast or different environments, whatever the case may be, that baseline breath connection is always there. And that will help push through everything, anything. Okay, so I want to share, let's see, where should we start? Let's go one by one. So some of the comments. I'm going to turn off the comments here real quick so we all can read, and then I'm going to pick some winners. All right, so I've really been enjoying the Scalar music, the Land Down Under, drum and bass, and What's in a Breath mix. They get my energy hyped for workouts and generally make me feel happy and uplifted. Great work on the songs. Thanks for all the breathwork techniques you are sharing. So just like I said, just by listening to particular breathing mechanics induce certain rhythms in the body. And something that pushed me to create subliminal breathwork music was a friend whose uncle was in the hospital and he was on a respirator. So we played subliminal breathwork music for him over and over. We finally turned off the TV and we played it over and over. In a couple days when he got off the respirator, he could do the exact same breathing pattern that he was listening to all this time. See, everything around you affects your breathing, whether you realize it or not. You're on the phone right now, it's spiking up cortisol and affecting your breathing, right? So that's why it's good to have different shades of light. Blue light blocking glasses is good, but also learning to focus on your breathing when interacting with these types of devices. We go over that in mental breathwork, especially when sending messages to people, etc. So let's see, second. So alchemy breathwork has helped elevate my being more than one can explain. It's been an experience that has showed me that one has more work to be done and knowledge to seek. And I am most grateful to Futuran King for helping me join. All right, cool. Thank you. I'm just going over testimonials. I'll pick a winner. And if you guys have any questions, we'll go over them as well. So the subliminal breathwork music really helps getting into a better meditative sleep states. The giveaway is closed. I'm about to pick a winner right now. I'm just going through everyone's testimonials, and then we're gonna pick a winner. We gotta close the commenting real quick so we all can read. So my car has been on the Scalar since the summer. I can attest that my gas mileage is better, as well as overall performance. I can deal when I'm not riding in my car. I just want to spread this information in my local community because 100% are unaware. I've been told that people like riding with me because of the Scalar and the upgrades they receive by being in the car also. Thank you. Okay, next one. Order the 10-week breathwork program. Over time, I have felt and found a sense of inner control, the feel and more empowerment to control my thoughts and emotions. Remember, guys, breath is a moving vehicle that allows us to experience what we are experiencing. So what I have experienced so far makes me feel too vulnerable to share. Thank you for guiding me. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to share. But I appreciate you commenting and sharing that. Alchemy breathwork has changed my life, and Scalar subliminal music is OD. Hey, Ash. Okay, alchemy breathwork has been life-changing to the point where I was doing breathwork with my newborn baby, and she was mimicking alchemy breathwork. That's how powerful it is. And with Scalar, it feels like not only just me, my baby doesn't want to eat as much. Definitely makes it easier for detoxification, and especially makes fasting much easier. Yeah, because you're ingesting frequencies, and frequencies in general also shifts your breathing mechanics because we're all breathing on different frequencies. You know, that's what I like to say. No one is better than anyone. We're all just breathing on different frequencies. That's it. Breathing at different levels, breathing at different resonance, if you will. Okay, we have one more. Let me turn off the commenting here real quick. So yes, breath has been huge for me in regulating my duality. I have two very opposite parts, and they both compete to be at the forefront. Breath has let me create a symbiosis for the two that allows me to have clarity in my day-to-day activities and balance my output. Sharing trust programming is part of my purpose, and there is no trust without breath. I'm so grateful for the breath. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Zuzu. In the last 5 years, alchemy breathwork has changed my life. I was very sick and always struggled with shortness of breath and flexibility in my life. But now, I'm finally able to do so many things that I would never imagine I could do. So thank you for changing my life. Winning this would continue my process and help my healing and grow, become a better, stronger version that I know I can be. Winning will change and speed up this process. Thank you for sharing that. And last one. I went through the 10-week mental breathwork journey. I continue to dive back into it to receive all the reminders and gems. Since I've been breathing with more intention, awareness has definitely expanded. Love the color breathing too. That's profound. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, something about the color breathing I want to share with you guys. I had this one couple, particularly the husband I was working with, and they're divorced. But he has to live there until he finds a place, but they're sharing a child, so it's a bit complicated. But the wife, the ex-wife, is a bit antagonizing to the point where she'll call the cops on him. So it's that bad. And he has, you can say, anger issues, etc. And it got to the point where she tried to trigger him, but all he could do was focus on the colors that she was wearing, and it made him cry to the point where she couldn't get anything out of him or make him react a certain way. And then she started to cry because she realized how she was projecting all her trauma and all the stuff that's been bottled in within her. And I just wanted to share how powerful colors are in building a relationship with them when it comes to mental breathwork. Greetings. Yeah, guys, lay out your questions, anything you have. We're going to pick a winner. We're going to pick actually 3 winners. So let's spin. All right, how do we spin this? I gotta close, stop sharing. All right, we're about to spin. Let's see, the first winner is blank. That's interesting. All right, remove. Let's spin again. Let's see. Zuzu. Okay. Zuzu is the first winner. If you're watching this, reach out to me, but I'll reach out to you regardless. Okay, Zuzu, that's the first winner. Second winner is no one. It's interesting. All right. Move. Spin again. Funky or Bliss? All right, Funky Disco Bean, second winner. And now for the third winner, let me remove that. Third winner is it Ash or Fruitarian? Fruitarian. All right, Fruitarian King, third winner. Congrats. If you guys are watching, please reach out to me. If you're not watching, I'm going to reach out to you. And they just won a customizable Scalar water. So Scalar water is officially live. And some of them, if they're not, I think Fruitarian King's already in Breath Family. But if they're not, they're also going to get free memberships to Breath Family. Someone has a question here. How do we enter the giveaway? Too late. All right, let's go over what Scalar water is. If you don't know, you're gonna know. So Scalar water is gonna have Schumann resonance, DNA repair, DNA heal, NAD plus, if you know what NAD plus is, Soleffegio frequencies, colloidal gold, which is a big thing, hydrogen, colloidal silver as well, detox EMF, also detox chemtrails. So that would be like the staple of the Scalar water. And the water sits on top of the Scalar and literally gets infused into the water. And for those that are asking, yes, it does have detox properties, if you will, for the thing, if you want to do a custom version. And one of the reasons why I came out with the Scalar water is because it's just another avenue for people that may not have enough money to get their own Scalar, to also experience Scalar in another way, especially in a homeopathic way, via water. And what you would do with the water, the first thing in the rising time, you would take that water underneath the tongue, and digest it that way, or put it in a bigger glass of water, put just one drop, you have it in your water, and you're good to go. I think scalar water, in my opinion, has way more properties than, let me play this again, but it's going to have way more properties than just colloidal gold, because there's a lot of different products in the industry that I see have mixed reviews. I'm not going to call any names, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. So at the end of the day, not everyone knows like, can you show us behind the scenes of how you're making the gold? Can you show us? Please. So I just want to come out with full transparency here, and definitely go check out the taste test. Maybe I can play a testimonial of somebody tasting the water. And here's actually a testimonial of somebody.
Yesterday after dinner, I ate some dessert and had a strong bloating and stomach pain. And so I put the frequency of abdominal inflammation or something like that. And I turned the plasma on. So put the hands on the plates, and in less than 2 minutes was completely gone. And it was quite strong, the pain and the bloating.
So that's from touching the plate while those specific frequencies was going. And he has a home version, by the way. And someone just talked about another company. Yeah. So the thing is, it's customizable. There's over 60,000 different frequencies, not just 40,000 anymore. We're now at 60,000 different frequencies from 6 different databases from Sweden, Switzerland, Russia, and here in the US. I think extra is US based, and they're always being updated. So I just sent one for a personal client of mine. So this won't be the first batch technically, but a personal client of mine is dealing with alcohol addiction, right? And there's certain frequencies for alcohol addiction in there as well. So you can get very technical, if you can afford only the programmable scalar and you can't afford the home version at this moment in time. We can get very technical and be specific in that. Yes, we do ship worldwide, so all the prices are in there for shipping, no matter where you're shipping to. I want to share another. All the cats are going crazy. We're actually cat sitting today. If you guys can hear the cats. Alright, let's share another testimonial of the taste testing. By the way, if you are in Miami and you want a taste test, I might honestly bring it to all my events moving forward, because why not? Alright, here we go. Where is it? Hey Tyson, I see you, brother. What's going on?
Gonna drink water.
Yes. So you taste that water.
Water after a sauna tastes good. Like any water tastes good, right? That one tastes totally different.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a scalar water.
Yeah. Like
Congrats.
completely different. 100%.
So what's
it
your...
Yeah. It has an electricity about it. I can literally taste the electrode when I come.
Ooh. Okay.
That's the first thought that I had was, whoa.
All right, video's lagging there, but you heard him. It tastes like electricity on his tongue. And also you can also smell it. It smells totally different as well. Let's see. I did a blind taste test too. That was really funny. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, guys, and if you have any questions about scalar or scalar water, let them fly. Devon, what do you think about hearing objects that make sound vibrate the frequency of sound? It has been happening to me around me. Either you're electric, what's the word? You're sensitive to electricity. That could be another factor too. I have a friend. When I brought the portable scaler with me to Mexico, he's very sensitive. He can actually hear the electricity in the wall. So when I turned it up to the highest frequency, where most people really couldn't hear, he could still hear it. To the point where we were sleeping, he was like, "Bro, you got to turn that down." So all I did was turn down the intensity, but the frequency was still going. There's actually programs for that. I actually saw it in there, where it deals with electric sensitivity. Yeah, there's going to be another giveaway maybe around, the real New Year, around springtime, when that happens. Now, the giveaway is closed, guys. I just acknowledged all the winners just now, so you're going to either have to wait for another giveaway. Also, sign up to the Breathful newsletter if you ever want a update on any giveaways, more information on Scalar, because I'm always pumping out information on Scalar and breath and all quote-unquote health science, if you will. Tables, glasses, random objects like that. Yes, you are sensitive to electricity, because there's electricity everywhere. So you're hearing the resonance that echoes back and forth. Yeah, guys, any questions? Let them loose. And by the way, we are now doing 4 ounces. It's not going to be 2 ounces. That bottle is actually going to be 4-ounce bottle. It's going to be a lot bigger. I don't even have it around me. But it's going to be a lot bigger than the 2 ounce that you've been seeing. It's going to be twice as big. Tyson, you still here? If you want to go live, you're more than welcome to, brother. I can't see who's here. Oh, there we go. And also, I want to share... Yeah, so here's a list of what's in here. We've got EMF detox. Is that a countdown? Yeah, I got EMF detox, got Schumann resonance, colloidal gold, chemtrail detox, blood purification, colloidal gold, NAD plus, and inflammation frequencies. And remember, just like it says on the bottom, over 60,000 different programs to choose from. So if you do the programmable water, I'm going to actually email you and ask you what are you working on and what your focus is on. And I'll actually send you a picture of the list that I'm infusing the water with while it's going. Alkaline? What do you mean by alkaline? Oh, this is a lot deeper than just alkaline water. This is a type of water most people should have been focusing on for years, in my opinion, because frequency technology, things that programs different frequencies, etc., has been around for a very long time. Scalar has been around for a very long time, and I just made it a way where it's more simple, easy to use, and straightforward. How often a day / weeks or months I would take it? As much as you want. There's no such thing as overdosing. But I will say, fun fact, I think it's 4 ounces of water our body absorbs per hour that you can absorb within an hour. 4 ounces. So really think about that. If your body only absorbs 4 ounces of water, right? How much water should we really be drinking? I mean, if we're breathing correctly, if we're, I equate nasal breathing to structured water, and mouth breathing is really tap water. Because you're not really structuring your water when you're breathing through your mouth. You're structuring your water when you're inhaling with the nasal passages, activating the nitric oxide. Not just that, there's literally a spiral form in your nasal cavity. Literally, it's like a conch shell. And what do you think it's doing? Just like the spiral of the water, right? That's what it's doing to the air. And what's within air? Water molecules. It's not just empty void. It's not an empty void. Sources of the 4-ounce water thing, or just Google. What do you mean? So everything I'm using to create the scalar water is on the website, on the biohacking page. It's all there because I want people to literally create your own scalar water. You can literally even make this a business if you want to, but that's up to you. And I go over the many different frequencies and why I'm missing hydrogen in here, but why do we use hydrogen in Schumann resonance? Because hydrogen is the glue and the bond within all atoms. That's one. Schumann resonance, we live on Earth, so utilize Earth's frequencies as much as possible, no matter what frequencies you're playing. If you have a scalar of mine, I'm always going to remind you, always have Schumann resonance. No matter what program you're running, always have Schumann resonance, always have hydrogen as well in those programs, because those are key. Those are powerful keys that you should always have in your scalar, because that's also following natural law as well and bringing those bonds together. Studies, books, it's all on my website. If you go on my website, you go to scalar research and Google and the docs and the documents and research, it's all there. Scalar and electro research documents, it's right there on the main page. alchemybreath.work. And I'm always updating it, so always join the Breathful newsletter for updates as well. And it's free, or if you want to donate, because I'm always pumping out information. I play trumpet. Almost all my teachers do mouth breathing inhale. I started to do nose inhale after listening to you. Yeah, let me know how your experience has been with playing. Yeah, but just like we went over the mental breathwork aspect, and you saw all those testimonials for yourself, breath is a powerful connecting piece, and not just physically, but also mentally, how we deal with colors, also how we deal with sound as well. And yes, someone asked about sleep apnea. I have a bunch of testimonials on YouTube when it comes to sleep apnea. Did you know mouth breathing in general also increases your chance of heart attack? It's a proven fact. So when you're snoring to sleep and you're creating different breath patterns, you know, if we can see what mouth breathing does to following a 12-year-old all the way to his adulthood, and you see the sag in his face, imagine what it's doing on the internal, right? And we have a lot of dentists coming out actually confirming that as well, because they not just see it on the mouth, but they're seeing it in the tonsils. And I'm actually learning about the tonsils and why the tonsils is so important, because the tonsils also absorb certain bacteria so it doesn't harm the rest of your body, etc. It's a very interesting use case for our need for tonsils. Tonsils is so important. So another great thing to do, instead of you can mount tape to sleep, there's a bunch of different devices out there to keeping your mouth closed. But yeah, that's why you have sleep apnea. That's one of the reasons your mouth open for you. I've been sleeping with my mouth open for years. That is one of the main reasons why you have sleep apnea. So when you practice more nasal breathing, you are then training yourself to keep your mouth closed. But also when you do nasal breathing before sleep, that's also great to do. Different practices in that regard. But my easy to go to practice is also eye breathing. That's one. We go over that in mental breathwork. But more importantly as well, smiling to sleep. I don't care how bad your day is, smile to sleep. Smile to sleep. You're also going to release more serotonin in your body to also help induce more sleep as well. Another key thing, if you want to also focus on more melatonin to help you help you induce more sleep and a deeper sleep. Doing specifically alchemy breathwork, nasal breathing in general, around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., like around those times, because that's when melatonin naturally gets released in the body. So when you're doing those breathing practices around those times, you're going to produce or infuse your blood even more when it comes to the melatonin release. And also exercising, just doing pure nasal breathing as well will also help around those times. It's a funny mixed bag when it comes to exercising though, because there's also studies how it actually disturbs sleep when you're exercising before sleep. Unless you want to literally exercise till you're ready to pass out. That's another story, but I don't even recommend that. Yeah, mucus food. Yes, mucus forming foods is also a big factor as well. Can you give me a method to use the miniature peridome I purchased to receive max benefits? So one of the ways of utilizing the pyramid, the miniature one, you can place it on your belly button to sleep, or place it on your belly button because it's so miniature, right? So your belly button is where your umbilical cord once was, right? And it has over 60,000 nerve endings. So when I go to the beach, and sometimes I wear my pyramid, sometimes I don't, but when I do, I literally just lay down flat on the beach, have the sun beaming, and actually put the pyramid right on my belly button. When I'm alone and no one's around and I'm sunbathing naked, I like to place the pyramid on my genitals as well. So it's structured energetic waveforms going to that area. You can also place the miniature pyramid around that area as well, especially while driving, right? So that's an easy thing to do. Also, air capacity decrease, but also progress with practice. Sometimes gigs. Wait, what's my nose? Yeah, tap in with alchemy breathwork. There's even the mental side of breathwork. I've had testimonials of people saying they feel like their air capacity has expanded. And with the mental breathwork, you'll see that it's not as physical as you think. And I love to point people to the mental breathwork when they want to give alchemy breathwork a try, especially people who have been traumatized from doing different types of breathwork. I'm not going to put out the names, but different types of mouth breathing, etc. There are stories out there. I don't know why people are not talking about those stories or even looking at those stories to say like, hey, is this fully adaptive for longevity? Keyword longevity. And that's what I focus on when it comes to alchemy breathwork. Longevity. Can you mouth breathe for X amount of time, for years? Look what it does to people who have done that. That's all I'm going to say. Look at how it ages them, right? That's all I'm going to say to that. We live in a society where short-term expectations are one of the main focuses, and not many people focus on the longevity aspect. And that's such a big pillar when it comes to your overall, if you want to say healing or just overall progress in life. Because when you honor that side of you, you honor the energy that got you here in the first place. It's a tug and pull. I think it's been lazy because my nasal airways are automatically denser than average, also tiny. Yeah, so yes, alchemy breathwork will help change that. Another thing is the subliminal breathwork music. Just like I said, my friend's uncle was on the respirator, and me personally, I thought people would make fun of me for making that type of music and stuff like that. But the ASMR community is is going wild over it. But not only that, now I'm starting to see people from all different styles of breathwork are finally listening to what I have to breathe out there, if you will. Because the breath itself, it's a carrier wave. It's a carrier essence. So when you're listening to that versus listening to the cars that you hear every day, other people's breaths that is not intentional or not structured, if you will, every day. When you're listening to subliminal breathwork music to sleep as well, that will also help train you at a subconscious level, because your mirror neurons will start to pick up on a primal feature in life, which is the breath, right? Everyone always, whenever I hear people talk about primal, about hunting and stuff like that, they barely bring up breath. I mean, what's more primal than that? Did you know that animals, specifically horses, wolves, really wolves too, they match your breathing to tell whether or not you're a threat? What's more primal than that? Why isn't that talked about when it comes to primal living? Keyword prime, primal, prime, top tier, prime, right? Primal. Yeah, we're talking this right now. Exactly. Mr. B Water, thank you for the badge, love. Let's not go into that topic, but that's funny. Yeah, 60K. 60K programs to pick from. All right, guys, any more questions, or if anybody wants to hop on, you're more than welcome to. And thank you for the badge, love, Ponez. Yeah, any more questions, guys? What else have I not talked about? And we can talk about NAD Plus and why NAD Plus. So many reasons for NAD Plus. Oh, Gaijin. All right, NAD Plus. Can you explain how the scalar projector works? So yeah, the scalar projector, when it comes to the scalar projector, I mainly suggest people to use it on their hands, because the hands have so many meridians that's connected to your whole body in terms of reflexology or nerve endings in general. When it comes to any pain you're feeling on your body, then I would suggest you can use a projector on those points. Another point that I love to use a projector on is my belly button, because the belly button, it's a center, and it has over 60,000 nerve endings as well. Very powerful. So when the projector sparks out those electrons, it actually pushes away any cells that has nothing to do with healing. And I highly suggest you go to the Scalar and Electro research documents. It's all in there in terms of different research on different types of electrotherapy and how it can be utilized. You can also blast your water with it. That's also one. Yeah, I think that's it. I saw a post about regeneration tooth and gum stem cells. Is there any visible differences in people who have used the laser? Not yet. I mean, the scalar projector is fairly new. I haven't heard anyone with that. But there's actually particular frequencies with scalar in general that has everything to do with stem cells, just like NAD+. That's also in the scalar as well. That's gold. But everything that I listed in the scalar, you guys can easily Google as well in terms of the benefits, especially NAD+. NAD+ is one of the main pillars in building blocks of the DNA. So definitely do your research on NAD+. And it's the same type of substance you see people that do IV drops and stuff like that in Hollywood. You know, because that's a big thing in LA. So I would definitely check that out. Can you start the scalar now? What do you mean, B-Water? We're technically in the scalar field because it's on and I'm here. Yeah, guys, any more questions? Oh, I also wanted to share this. In terms of programs, if you want to make a custom scalar water for yourself, here are some of the programs. Because I have a past client of mine is dealing with some stuff. So here are some programs. Like, I mean it. There's over 60,000 different programs in there. And the reason why I put the main programs like chemtrail detox, EMF detox in there as well, because what are we surrounded with? Look what's happening in Texas. The underground Elon Musk city, if you will. Especially on schools and Wi-Fi routers and stuff like that. I honestly thought he would know better. And I'm not going to get into that, but it is what it is. This is the age we're coming to, and it's time to combat those technologies with the same type of technologies, but more harmonious, if you will. So, DNA repair, if you can see that in there. Let me see if I can pull up the other ones that people may ask me about. So I'm not gonna say the names or the thing. We can all call it the thing. I can't even say the J word, because the last time I did this, that's when the shadow banning started to happen, especially when you're talking about scalar. So, just so you know, it's there. I'm being shown the timer. I don't know if they put a limit again or they're limiting my account. But just so you know, it's there. Yeah, any questions you guys have? When did I start my journey with alchemy? It's been about 11 years now. Before that, I guess high school also counts. What is love? That's a great question. Love is very subjective to anybody, but for me, what love for me is every breath I take and give. Love for me is the awareness that my essence is touching and hugging, if you will, internally and externally, everything around me, coming right back to me in a matter of days. And there's a book called Caesar's Last Breath. There's a couple scientists that prove that we are literally breathing the same air as Caesar, as all our ancestors combined, if you will. So it's a very interesting Earth technology that we live in, because this is real. It's a floating, if you want to call it floating, we're literally on a spaceship. To me, Earth is a spaceship. All the stars that I see out there, they're all spaceships. And it's funny, there's actually a NASA video on the archive too. You can go look this up yourself. There's a video of NASA getting a perfect picture of the outline of the Earth going out into outer space, and you see all what is quote unquote stars, right? But then you start to see them move back and forth. So it's very interesting in terms of stars, or maybe they're spaceships. Not all of them are planets. But going back to what I said, Earth is a spaceship, so they're all spaceships. Thank you, Aloina. Yeah, any questions you guys have, let them fly. I'm going to pull up more Scalar reviews, more Scalar questions. And another Scalar question that I keep on getting: what is the difference between the home version of the Scalar versus the portable version? So the home version, that's where you can have many different programs, or again, 60,000 different programs on the home version. Now, the portable version, you're utilizing the frequencies within range and harmonizing it within a 12-mile radius. And we came up with 12-mile radius utilizing square law. And it's very much in detailed on the website as well. Yeah, we are all connected. All right, any more questions? I'm looking up more questions that you guys may have. So, like I said, the new bottle is actually, the standard bottle we're using is twice as big as that. And mind you, if you look up other gold companies or gold colloidal companies out there, thank you, Sophia, for the badge love. When you look up other gold companies out there, they're selling it for, I think, $60 or more. Mine is only going to be $33, and it has all those programs that I shared with you in there. From NAD Plus, which is a big thing for me, for everybody. EMF detox, chemtrail detox, anything to do with inflammation. That's also a big one. Can you order via email? It's all on the website. You should be able to order. But if you have any issues, yeah, you can email me, devon@alchemybreath.work. And another thing, just like I said, with every Scalar product, everyone gets access to the Scalar movement and breath journey. So utilizing some of these practices while you have any type of Scalar product is very important. So even when you get the Scalar water, you're still going to get access to the Scalar movement and breath, which in my opinion is about it's $100 value at this point, because I'm always going to be updating the video playlist. All the mental breathwork journeys, sun breathing journeys, they're all going to be updated over and over. They're going to extend from the 10-week mark. So, yeah. Tell us some more about Earth. Do you believe it is flat? Is there hidden places on Earth that do you believe? So whether I believe it's flat or not, I don't think it really matters. In terms of hidden places, you're going to see come the next coming years a lot of underground spaces, even within mountains, like underground mountains. Like there's a place, I don't know where it is specifically. And Good Morning America did this, by the way. They themselves went on the expedition. But interestingly enough, I'm going to post a video about this. But interestingly enough, this place gets filled up with water at a particular time of the year. So it's not inhabitable to a certain point. But At the rest of the year, the water goes all the way down, and when you go inside it, it's literally like you're in another country. That's how wild that place is. It's an underground. I don't even want to call it jungle because there's mountains even within there. It's so intriguing. It reminds me of the story of what's that Disney movie, Atlantis? If you guys know about that movie. There's also a Japanese movie. I think it's called Children of the Lost Earth, or just type in Inner Earth anime movie. It'll pop up because that anime movie went through every single culture when it comes to quote unquote Inner Earth. And there's also a particular plant that they brought up that once upon a time we were able to breathe underwater utilizing this particular plant, and they brought that up. So I was like, an anime movie bringing this up is just wild. To me, the people that make certain animes, it's their way of expressing themselves versus social media or, the things they really want to talk about in terms of even government and stuff like that. They're expressing it through anime. Very interesting. What are my morning routines? My morning routines consist of, first of all, connecting with the breath. And it's not always the same. Like organ breathing, I've been tapping more into the eye breathing versus the organ breathing. And yeah, I'll share with you. Organ breathing is something where you wake up, whatever you believe in terms of manifestation or affirmations or your maybe religious beliefs, you would say those beliefs while you're blowing onto your skin, saying that, let's say I'm blowing healing, loving energy onto myself. I'm blowing Allah's blessing onto me. I'm blowing Jesus' blessing onto me, whatever the case may be. And you're feeling it. You're also feeling it at the same time. So when you go outside and the wind is blowing and hitting you, what do you think is playing over and over in your mind psychologically as you build a relationship with the wind that touches your skin? Now you're building a way for your subconscious to interact with involuntary actions that you have no control over when it comes to the wind touching your skin. So something to also note, when you wake up, you have 10 minutes of theta being very high in terms of programming your subconscious. So that is a powerful way to program your subconscious, which is the skin as well. Yes, the skin counts as your subconscious. That's why certain people have certain trauma that is stuck within the body. All right, I'm about to hop in the sauna soon. Any more questions, guys? Hey, Melanie, how are you? Do you ship Scalar water to Australia? Listen, everything I have on the website is global. I think I should just put it on top so we ship worldwide. I'm looking every little thing. I love to listen to you guys and provide the best service I possibly can. So I just want to share that part of doing what I do. I love listening to questions or even listening to testimonials and insights of what other people are experiencing, because that helps me help others. So thank you for that. Yes, we ship worldwide. When did you start my breathwork journey? My breathwork journey started it's been going on 11 years now. That's when it started. And it started when I lost everything to a business partner, literally to the point where I had to sell my laptop to drive back home, which was in Jersey, and I was in Cali at the time. And sold my laptop for gas money, but before I left, I wanted to go see the Bruce Lee statue, and that's where I met my mentor at the time, who was a Bigu master. Thank you, B Water. Tips on what to do when family wants to go out to eat or order food type situations. All right, so tips. well, one would be that, bringing the gold water with you, the scalar water with you. That's one. Another thing is, if you're in an environment where it's not aligned to your beliefs, at least focus on conversation. You know, they're family, right? For me personally, you know, even with certain family members want to eat somewhere else, and I'm still on liquids, I still drink certain stuff, so you know, at least I focus on the conversation, because that's the main point of the interaction. It's not just the food aspect, but you know, building meaningful conversations within those spaces. You know, it can't hurt, and it also helps you. It puts you out of that mindset of also judging. You got to stop judging. That's also one. You know, everyone's on their journey, so you got to. I think you have to respect that as well. Have you noticed not getting sick easily very well? You know, that's a funny thing. So I have a bunch of herbalist friends and stuff like that, and they know, and most of them, keyword most of them, they don't align with doing the breath work and stuff like that. But it's funny enough, I can look back at the 9+ years that I've been on this journey and really tapping in deeper and deeper, connecting with my breath. Knock on air, I haven't been sick, coughing, any of that. And it's very funny when a friend of mine will be ignorant and bring up certain things when I'm like, you've seen me for the last 11 years. You call me when you're sick. You call me when you're this. You're doing when you're that. Have you noticed I ever had a cough or any of that? And it really, you know, one of my friends in particular that was contemplating on eating healthier because his wife technically doesn't want to eat healthier and stuff like that, right? But then I asked him, I'm like, have you ever seen me? You see me every day working with you. Have you ever seen me sick for the past 4 years that you knew me? Ever? And we're driving, right? And he pulls over. He's like, holy shit. And that was the first day that made him more conscious of what he ate and stuff. So, you know, it also starts with us, you know, lead by example. You don't have to scream as loud, but you can just be as loud. And the more you be versus pushing it on others, it'll reciprocate one way or another. It may not be this lifetime, you know, but you do what you can do. And if you love them, then you love them from a distance. Where can we start with our children? So alchemy breathwork is parasympathetic friendly. You're not going to pass out. You're not going to have a seizure. You're not going to have any of that, because you see the mainstream people going to hospital having seizures. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on it. I'm not going to say who and who or what, but it is children friendly. Does EMF from cell phone or television cancel out Scalar? Yes, Melanie, you have the home version. Just type in EMF DETOX, and if you type in things like, just type in electricity, and some things will also pop out when it comes to that. It doesn't cancel it, it harmonizes it. So that's another thing when it comes to certain orgone devices that I've seen out there. Some are actually doing more harm than good, because when you're blocking off certain radiation, it actually makes it stronger going into a different direction. It may, you know, you may have the EMF reader on top, but I don't see people going around the Wi-Fi, you know, showing like, hey, is it actually getting stronger? Because some of them actually do. I've seen it for myself. So that's why I stick to things like Scalar, because at least I know Scalar harmonizes it and you actually do feel the difference. All right, guys, I think it's about to kick me out. I have like 20 seconds. Yeah, guys, but if you found any value from this, please do share. If you want more insights, join the Breathful newsletter. It's free, or if you want to do a donation, that's up to you. The Breath Family Members Group is also available. I have tons of information in the Breath Library, over 100 plus videos, music that you can also download and have on repeat. And thank you all for also listening to my new single that I put out. Really appreciate it. Oh, we went over the 1 hour mark, so I guess I'm not limited, but I don't know why is it blinking. That's interesting. Okay, it stopped. But I really have to go because people are about to come over. But definitely check out the new Subliminal Breathwork music. I'm actually gonna play a clip of it because it's one of my favorite clips that I've been holding on for a very long time. And it's been a while since I released Subliminal Breathwork music, so I'm very honored that a lot of you are sharing it and diving into it. Thank you.
Well, I have to tell you the honest truth as I see it. In this world, nothing perfect exists. It may be a cliche after all, but it's the way things are. That's precisely why ordinary men pursue the concept of perfection. It's infatuation. But ultimately, I have to ask myself, what is the true meaning of being perfect? And the answer I came up with was nothing. Not one thing. The truth of the matter is, I despise perfection. If something is truly perfect, that's it. The bottom line becomes, there is no room for imagination, no space for intelligence, or ability, or improvement. Do you understand? To men of science like us, perfection is a dead end, a condition of hopelessness. Always strive to be better than anything that came before you, but not perfect. Scientists agonize over the attempt to achieve perfection. That's the kind of creatures we are. We take joy in trying to exceed our path, in trying to reach for something that in the end, we have to admit may in fact be unreachable.
That beat drop. Yeah, guys, definitely go check it out. I'm going to place it on other platforms because it's being reciprocated very well. I really, again, appreciate it. Can you breathe too much too? Yeah, I might do a reel about that. Yes, there is a thing called over breathing. And the main point is to slow it down and also focus more on the exhales in terms of slowing down the exhales. Yeah, I'll definitely post it. All right, guys, if you found any value, again, please do share. If you find value in anything I do, please share it. Have a breathful day. Peace.